The Nebraska baseball spring break trip has continued as the Huskers move from Kansas to the state of Michigan to continue Big Ten baseball play, where they'll be on the road visiting the host Michigan Wolverines. And what's sure to be a very competitive three-game set between these two.
This weekend, I know college baseball, not just in the Big Ten, but Division I college baseball is taking a look at Ann Arbor to see how these two teams play. There's a lot of respect for this Michigan team, the talent they have in Tracy Smith's squad, but also with Will Bolt and this team that Nebraska has as well.
Huskers trying to set themselves up for a big inning here in the first. Case swings and loops one into left. He dropped it. Hager came in hard. Huskers have the game's first run, 1-0. Horn back on the bump. Another 3-2. Strike three. Fastball right at the knees at 94. Half-hearted swing and a miss. David Ewell doesn't need help. It's a strikeout for Horn. That is ripped up the middle, and that's into center field. We're tied at 1.
Here it is. This one shot into center field. That's going to score a run. Michigan will take the lead. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. And Ty Horn able to limit it and keep it right there. Breaking ball called. Strike three. Didn't matter anyway. Breaking ball called. Strike three. Horn kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Ty Horn striking out the side here in the bottom of the fourth.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Horn another strikeout. Out in the middle, Wordley, and he held on to it.
Did he go around on the breaker? Yes, he does. And Tucker Timmerman able to get the strikeout.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. And the 2-2. Breaking ball to Beauty. Called strike three. And the Huskers will hold on to the one-run deficit. First pitch to him. High chopper on the infield. Tough play. The second baseman backhands, throws, and safe at first. Here's the 1-0. Inside, got a piece of his hand. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball shot through the right side. That's going to get through for a hit. Now the Huskers have a tying run out at second base and the go-ahead run at first base, and Mac Poyer coming to the plate. Chopping ground ball, first base side. First baseman loves it, steps on the bag to end the game. Michigan holds on, and they win it in the opener. Wolverines 2, Huskers 1. Back for game number 2 of the three-game set between the Cornhuskers and the Wolverines. Michigan took last night's game 2-1, a very well-pitched Friday night game, as is typically the case in conference play. And the Huskers will try and even things up today as they hand the ball to Carson Yassa. Obviously, the Huskers today looking to get going offensively. They'll see an arm that they're familiar with, and a guy that kind of had Nebraska in handcuffs a year ago. Huskers are going to have to make some adjustments today. Carson Yassa going to try and square things up here in this series, and now a pretty big early moment in the game for Dylan Carey. Here's the 0-1. Carey rips one into left field. That's going to drop down for a hit. Moyer scores. Sanderson to follow. Dylan Carey drives in a pair with a 2-out, 2-run knock to left. Carson Yassa gets the ball, defense behind him. Carson Yassa deals with Braden Jeffries, first hitter of the game. Curve and nasty, strike three, pitch. Swing and a miss. Yassa's pitch. Breaking ball, strike three call. Strike three called, outside corner. The 1-2. Strike three called. Carson Yassa terminates Michigan in order.
The Wolverines. This ball is lifted into left field, sending Kim back towards the wall, makes the catch on the run, but that will be deep enough to drive in Jet Buck. First offering. There's a chopping ground ball over to short, so Nebraska able to get another run across. Runner takes off. Throw down to second is away, and now taking off from third to home is Drew Grigo. He scores. The ball got away from the second baseman Luna. The 2-2 coming. There's the ball ripped up the middle. Backhanded, though, by Jet Buck over to first. What a play by Jet Buck to his knee. Backhands it and gets it over to Sanderson to retire the side. This ball is shot into right center field. This ball's going to go off the base of the wall. Sanderson will score. Now here comes Jet Buck being waved home. Dylan Carey on his way to third. Throw to the plate is not in time, and Carey slides into third. A 2 RBI triple for DC, and Nebraska takes a 7-0 lead. He smashes this one into center field. That's going to get down, and that gets by the center fielder Pace. How fast can you run? Mike and Miller, he's going to be held up at third. And he turns on this one, and that's down for a single in left field. Mike and Miller scores easily. Yassa comes set, runners at first and second. Here he comes. Swing and a miss. Got him on the slider. There's strikeout number 7. And Carson Yassa continues to deal. Here's the 1-1. There's a chopping ground ball to second. Buck steps on second for one. Over the first for the 4-3 double play. And Wilson set of the letters. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. And Chase Olson able to fan Mullins and end the game here as Nebraska run rules the Wolverines.
That we're on to respond today the way we all did was incredibly impressive.
And evens up the series 1 game apiece. What a response by the Big Red. 10 runs on 14 hits and leaving no doubt about it on this Saturday afternoon.
Nebraska wins in run rule fashion in game number 2, 10-0 to set up a rubber match between Nebraska and Michigan here on Getaway Day in Ann Arbor. Nebraska looking to take the series from Michigan here this morning and into the afternoon.
Feeling really good coming into today after being stymied on Friday.
Nebraska will have Gavin Blackowitz throw against Tate Carey, who, in terms of projectability into the next level, into the pros, this is the most polished prospect that Michigan has.
You need your guy to be your guy. With every at-bat, even in 2-strike counts, Nebraska continues to gain confidence with a lot of the guys with that college baseball experience.
Nebraska and Michigan. Huskers trying for the series against the Wolverines. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss, and Worthley gets the tag on.
Payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Got him to chase the pitch. Swing and a miss. Gavin Blackowitz able to get his 4th strikeout to retire the side.
Gaskey's 3-2. Foul to the mid of Worthley, who hangs on to it. High fly ball, a mile high toward first. And Cooper Katsky, a very efficient bottom of the 5th. Huskers need to get something going.
This ball turned on to left field, sending Stressler back towards a warning track, and this ball is out of here. Red Stokes ties it up on a solo shot, and Nebraska back in it. First home run of the season, and it comes in a huge spot for the Big Red. Swing and a miss. Joe's bunt puts it down the first base side, play to home, and they'll get the force runner. Good play by Case Anderson. The 2-2. Hit him. Oh, my goodness. Came inside. Michigan takes the lead. Michigan leading by 2. Swing and a miss! Chase Unger, in the most dire circumstances, finds a way to get out of it.
There is no doubt whatsoever in anybody's mind that we're going to put this thing together. This is what baseball is all about, boys. Yeah. Finish. Yeah. Go get it.
This ball belted into left field, going back, and this ball is out of here. No doubt about it. Dylan Carey over the brick wall in left field. There's a ball ripped over through the left side. Closer to vote. Breaking ball. And this one's going to drop in there for a single. Coming around to score is Mike and Miller. And we are tied. Max Butenbach comes through in the clutch. There's a chopping ground ball over to the second baseman. Trying to stay hung up on it, and he will. So that will score the run. On this, baseball's out of here. And we are tied. The 2-2. Breaking ball. Called strike 3 on the other half. Good response for Jayshon Unger.
Come out here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Big pitch there from Unger. Fastball. Strike 3 called. Not going to get 2 in a row. DeVote ready. Butenbach launches one. Way out of here. Holy cow. Pull the tape measure out. Liftoff for Butenbach, and that puts Nebraska ahead 5-4. Oh my! Big Biner comes set. First pitch. Buck swings and crunches one to left center field. Will it carry out of here? Absolutely! Grand slam, home run, Jet Buck. And the boys are banging the bongos here in the top of the 9th inning. The 0-2. Breaking ball, did he go around? He did. The 0-1. Curveball bounced to first. Anderson waits on a chest-high hop. Underhands to Timmerman. And that ends the game. The Huskers cap off a 4-1 week. And they win the rubber match with Michigan on the road to win another Big Ten series after a 5-run top of the 9th inning. The final today, Nebraska beats Michigan 9-5.